Okay, I think we're live now. Maybe, I don't know. But where is it? Where is it? Yeah, here. Okay, so yeah, it seems like we're live now. Hello everyone, and welcome to my first ever REACTSLOP stream. As I've been like talking about throughout the week, like I said, there were some videos of mine that got very controversial. Uh, and like this is pretty normal. A lot of my videos get controversial with like outside audiences, but those videos are special in the sense that they got. Um. Oh, hello, evil bookman. Welcome. Any monk, I swear to Christ. In the sense that they got very controversial even within my community. So I'm going to be reacting to them today to see, uh, like, to be able to get a more kind of direct opinion on what you guys think. Like, why is it controversial, or if you do agree with me, etc. Also, do be warned that I have been, like, in my area, essentially, there have been some energy issues due to a rainstorm that's going on. Well, uh, it's not going on right now. If it was, I wouldn't be streaming, but it occurred like, a couple hours ago. And so if the stream suddenly goes poof, you know what happened. But yeah, for now, yeah, not much more to say, so let's just do this. Imagine if someone gets in the stream, like in the middle of the video, that'd be hilarious. Reacting to yourself, if this were an academic endeavor, you would need to cite yourself. Anyway, let's get going. Mindfuck anime is. Oh, one thing first. I'm going to like go back. Yeah, okay. And tell me if the audio is okay or if I need to like lower it, like make it louder, etc. Let's essentially set up the audio while we wait for some more people to come. Mindfuck anime is something you don't see a lot of nowadays. And a lot of people miss these types of anime. A lot of people grew up with like Lane or Neon Genesis Evangelion. Okay, so was the audio in that portion of the video like okay, or like do you need me to alter something? I'm going to be waiting a bit, and uh yeah, I'm going to be waiting a bit for a response. It's a little low. Okay, so let's try this again. Mindfuck anime is something you don't see a lot of nowadays. And a lot of people miss these types of anime. A lot of people grew up with like Lane or Neon Genesis Evangelion or Ergo Proxy or things like that. And a lot of people are frustrated with modern anime because they say like, "Oh, okay, is it better now? Or is it still a little bit too quiet?" Oh, also, hello, son. Welcome to the stream. Uh, okay, so I'm guessing what you mean is that it improved significantly. So, yeah, seems like things are good now. Maybe it's a good thing that it's slightly louder than you. Okay, so we're going to go back in the video and just watch it like a normal reaction, since your past self is the subject. Uh, So yeah, without further ado, let's finally like actually get into the reaction then, with everything like set up and stuff. Mindfuck anime is something you don't see a lot of nowadays, and a lot of people miss these types of anime. A lot of people grew up with like Lane or Neon Genesis Evangelion or Ergo Proxy or things like that. And a lot of I'm going to talk really harshly about like mindfuck anime, but it's kind of ironic that I mentioned like Ergo Proxy because I actually really like Ergo Proxy. It's one of my favorites, so I'm kind of being a hypocrite here. But anyway, people are frustrated with modern anime because they say like, oh, anime used to be so smart, so intelligent, so complex, and now it's this slop. But I'll be real, I never liked mindfuck anime. I lived through these times, and I can, especially after rewatching some of these, confidently tell you that most, if not all, mindfuck anime have really simple messages that are just muddled under a lot of really unnecessary, quote unquote, dreamlike imagery in order to seem more complex. The messages of Evangelion, for example, about family, about depression, about trauma, about a lack of self confidence, could honestly all be conveyed a lot better without those trippy, oh, I'm going into the mind of the Ava kind of scenes. My favorite scenes in Evangelion are exactly the ones in which the characters can reflect, in which the characters can think and feel and experience things without the need for those trippy sequences. One of my favorite scenes in Evangelion, despite its infamy, is the first time Shinji runs away, because you can see the sheer amount of depression in his heart. You can see him coping with it by talking to some friends, by exploring the world, and ultimately deciding that even though things are bad, before we continue, actually, maybe I'll stay like quiet a bit and let my past self speak. And that's because like I just agree with everything. Like if I don't say anything, just assume that I still agree with my past opinions. Only if I like pause it and like say something, that's like when you know that my opinions actually changed. So yeah, I still stand by what I said here, that he should stay, that he should still do his part, that despite everything, he doesn't want to run away. That part connects with me a lot more than, oh my god, was so true. Oh my god, just like I was talking about, some people like came like in the middle of the video. But yeah, welcome Kodokunasu and welcome Generico Jerônimo. We're currently doing a REACTSLOP stream, reacting to some of my most controversial videos. This being like why I generally don't like mindfuck anime. Creepy, he's connecting with the evil. That's why I fucking hate the movie. Not the rebuild movies, mind you, the original Evangelion movie, because almost all of it is just trippy bullshit. Like, there's no sincerity. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Sincerity. A lot of people talk about how the Western games industry or the Western movies industry doesn't have sincerity anymore. And that's one of the things I think anime genuinely escaped from. Because these anime aren't sincere. We have a lot of really deep anime today that explore things like mental illness or grief or emotional and physical development, trauma, and they can do that a lot better because they're just allowed to be like that scene where Shinji runs away. Just sincere, just a character experiencing things. And it's not like I hate the dreamlike aesthetic that a lot of like old anime had. Paprika, for example, is an anime literally about dreams. So it makes sense that it has a dreamlike aesthetic. And for example, Perfect Blue, it depicts a girl slowly losing her mind due to all the mental anguish placed on her. So the fact that she's an unreliable narrator, it does make sense. It does play into that whole mental health angle that they're going for. And that's why a lot of mindfuck games, for example, especially those inspired by another anime I'll talk about, Lane, succeed so well. I don't know if I'll necessarily like directly say that, so I just like to make clear that, yeah, I don't like mindfuck anime, but for some reason, despite me generally disliking mindfuck anime, I really like mindfuck games. I don't even know why. Maybe it's just execution. I just think they're better executed than most mindfuck anime. But I genuinely prefer mindfuck games to mindfuck anime. I just think, at least the examples I've seen that I'm going to mention here, were done better. But yeah. A bag of milk inside a bag of milk, or is it outside? I'll have to check. But that game is one of my favorite implementations of that because from the get go, there's a lot of sincerity. Like, it's not one of those types of anime that I also hate. Like those anime that are like, oh, we're so cutesy and fun and exciting, but no, actually, we're super dark. I come to hate these kinds of anime too, exactly because of that, because they lack sincerity. It's also why I loved Shadow's House, because from the beginning, even though it looks like one of those types of anime, from the beginning, you can already tell that things are wrong. Again, it's an anime that simply feels no need to shock you. It feels no need to fool you into this false sense of security. It just tells you that things are weird from the get-go and trust that you're going to be excited, that you're going to be interested without some big stupid twist. But anyway, I got off topic a bit. The point is, to get even more off topic, watch or read, because it's a manga, like Shadow's House. Like, I talked briefly about it in this video, but it is genuinely like a great anime. And if you're a fan of, obviously, if you're a normal person, it's quite a wholesome anime that doesn't have fan service. But if you're a fan of bloomers like me, there's plenty of fan service in that anime, especially lolly fan service. So yeah, very well written anime that can or cannot have fan service depending on like your view of things. But anyway, that game, much like what I just praised in Shadow's House, is sincere. From the beginning, you know that the protagonist of A Bag of Milk Inside a Bag of Milk has a mental illness, so you know that she is an unreliable narrator. Heck, if I am understanding this correctly, your POV character in the game is literally one of her schizophrenic hallucinations. No meme. And it really helps because you can tell that the trippy imagery is not just there to make the game seem more complex or more inventive than it actually is. It's just there to actually aid in the story. And it's the same vibe that, for example, Needy Streamer Overload, or, well, the proper translation, Needy Girl Overload, does. And that's why I think these work so well. Because again, what really bothers me about anime like Neon Genesis Evangelion, Lane, and Ghost Hound, and things like that, it's because the stories these anime are trying to tell, even Lane, with its whole, oh, the difference between the normal self and the internet self, the creation of this whole personality that is separate from your actual personality on the internet, and the effects that this can have on other people, essentially a critique of the internet itself. I would enjoy that anime a lot more if there wasn't suddenly like a giant lane in the sky. I actually dropped out of that anime, not because I wasn't understanding, because the message was getting through to me and it was pretty cool, but I was just so tired of that dreamlike bullshit of that convoluted shit for no reason. It's also why I dropped Gridman, for example, exactly because of that. Because I just hate that lack of sincerity. I want a story that can just convey in the simplest way possible what it's about and trust that I'll still be interested without this false sense of either security or complexity, without me needing to think, oh, this is so complex and decipherable, and the creator's mind is so much more advanced than anything I could ever comprehend. No, no, it isn't, and no, it doesn't need to be. I would be way more invested in a lot of mindfuck anime because I can't generalize. There are good examples of that I told you right now. If honestly they weren't mindfuck anime. You know, you want a good example of how to make a complex story involving several complex themes from the nature of humanity to robotic revolution to the very nature of religion and gods themselves. Ergo Proxy, one of my. Okay, so I did end up mentioning it in the video, okay? So not a hypocrite, I guess. And yes, Generico, I did see that they're making an anime. They like I was already kind of expecting an anime because for those of you who don't know, Needy Girl Overload already had a manga. Like it didn't stop at the game. After the game, we had a manga adaptation. I say adaptation, but it's kind of a different path to the story. Like it's its own kind of alternate universe thing, right? And now we're going to have an anime, which I'm guessing will go on a totally different path from both the game and the manga, or it can be just a direct adaptation of either the manga or the game. Hey, passed away since when Gridman is all that complex? I'm mostly referring to. That's exactly my point. Like, none of these anime are really complex, but they feign complexity with trippy imagery. You know, that is my point. Like, Gridman isn't complex. You know, it's the whole thing of it feigns complexity, it feigns uh, a deep message through the use of trippy imagery. But what are they going to adapt? Isn't that game basically a Tamagotchi with some stories? I already talked about this, I'm guessing there's a delay, and so I won't be addressing this because I kind of already did. So let's just continue with the video. Sorry. My favorite quote unquote mindfuck anime that is nothing if not sincere. And who would have thought it's genuinely complex without the need for trippy mind palace bullshit. So yeah, I don't like mindfuck anime. I never liked mindfuck anime, and though it does have a place and can be done well, frankly, I feel like most anime that use this type of aesthetic would be better off without it. But that's just what I think. Tell me in the comments what your opinions on this genre are. Do you miss it? Do you feel the same way as I do? Please let me know all of that in the comments below. For now, please like, comment, and subscribe, and hopefully yeah, I'll see you next video. Okay, so the video is pretty much done. So, what did you guys think about it? Like, did you agree? Did you disagree? What are kind of like your thoughts on this video before we go to the next one? Again, since there's delay, I'm going to be waiting a bit, and I'm going to be waiting a bit for a response, and then if I don't get one, I'll just go like straight to the next one straight away. Yeah, yeah. I think past away is more of a curmudgeon than present away. I'm sorry, but I have no idea what that is. Let me let me search that real quick. because you made me interested. Curmudgeon meaning, meaning, yeah. Okay. Curmudgeon is apparently either a miser or an ill-tempered and frequently old person full of stubborn ideas or opinions. Okay, that describes me to a T. Yeah, fair, fair. I really like Ava and the end of Ava, so I didn't really agree with most of it. A word for grouchy old man. Damn. Good video, but a little too heated for an opinion video. Hmm. Okay, so actually this is a good opportunity to have a debate then about like mindfuck anime. Uh because how would you kind of counter my points? I'm not even saying like, oh no, my points are like rock solid. Like there is no counter. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like genuinely, um, what faults did you see in my points? Like, what did you disagree with? What did you not like? Because I want to have like I said, the whole point of this, as much as it is a react slop string, is for me to go through these videos, right? These videos that got controversial even within my audience, and kind of discuss them, kind of get a direct opinion from you guys so we can have an actual conversation now that we can do that, now that I don't just make videos, you know. So that's kind of what I want to do with this stream. Obviously, if there is some more time remaining, um, like we can watch other videos from other people, but that's more or less what this stream is about, you know? Once again, since there's delay, I'm going to be waiting a bit for you guys to comment. Um, and then I'll be moving on to the next video. For now, let me just set up the whole next video thing. Oh, and like at the end of the stream, has like kind of hinted by the Nikkei wallpaper, I'm going to be showing you something Nikkei related. Like it's not going to be too long. It's just a little like interesting thing that I noticed and I wanted to like showcase to you guys. I swear it will be quick. Okay. Uh, your lack of understanding of the difference between aesthetic trippy imagery and a full-on crazy mindfuck from animes like Ava. So what you're saying essentially is that, like, obviously, like I was alluding to, not all mindfuck anime are created equally. There are some that use it simply as an aesthetic, an artistic choice, and some that really like go all in like trying to make with both the imagery and the dialogue and kind of the symbolism of what's happening uh an actual more trippy scene. So yeah, I can agree to that. Like I don't, more of an opinion thing obviously, but I don't like the trippy imagery aesthetic as a whole. So that difference kind of doesn't matter for my enjoyment. I still dislike it. But yeah, obviously there is a difference and it is a like important distinction to make. So yes, I do agree with you there, Generico. It's more of a subjective disagreement. I simply didn't think that Evangelion was insincere or had any needlessly pretentious content or anything. Everything felt like it contributed something. I guess it was insincere in that it used very unreliable narrators and didn't portray everything totally straight, but it feels deliberate at least. Uh, so like those more trippy scenes, for example, when um like one of the angels is connecting kind of uh Rei with Shinji. and like Ray kind of explodes herself because she doesn't want to be connected. She doesn't want to be one, due to the a more I guess in uh, individualized version of the humanity integration program. I think that was it. No, human instrumentality program. Uh, so she doesn't want to lose her individuality, and this is I think that was kind of meant to say that she doesn't want to lose her individuality, the individuality that she had uh like acquired. She'd prefer to die than do that, even if it's with a person that she actually likes, which is Shinji. So I guess I kind of just debunked my own point there. But for example, in that scene where kind of Shinji fuses with the Ava, and then he has that whole like dreamlike sequence where he kind of talks to another version of himself. And at the end, he is able to actually get out unscathed from the Ava. Well, unscathed, but mostly like whole, you know? Like, what was that supposed to contribute? And again, I'm not saying like this in a arrogant way. I legitimately just want to understand. Gonna be waiting for like a minute due to the delay, and then like if I don't see any other like comments, I'm going to move on to the next video, which is how to protect the anime community correctly, which got really like controversial. But anyway, uh, 15 seconds. Okay. It's been like eons since I watched it, so I don't remember all the details, but I believe that Shinji and Asuka rejected the solution to not being able to understand other people, which was to combine. So those scenes are kind of alluding to the human instrumentality program, and it's kind of the characters rejecting that, uh, like, what's the point? What's the thing I want to say? Then rejecting that solution. Like the whole message of the original anime that's kind of ruined by the movie, like if that is the original message, is that whole thing of a simple thing of like, no, humanity should not be a hive mind. Humanity should remain human despite all its flaws, blah blah blah, etc. Like I can see your point there in it contributing to that message, you know. But anyway, everyone's consciousness into one. He just didn't want to do it. He didn't think it would be a better world to live in. Okay, so like it kind of contributes to that. Again, I still even with that, again, like you can see, it's a very simple message. So like I don't understand, or I guess maybe like I just don't like would be the better way to frame it, like it being portrayed like that. I feel like there was a better way to portray that message that wouldn't be so confusing and wouldn't be generating like to this day memes about, oh, whatever is too deep for you or whatever. Oh, hello Arma, welcome to the stream. But with that, so it's to allude to that thing in Christianity where no, 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 no. It's like uh, there is this theme in fiction of humanity being able to solve its issues by becoming a collective consciousness, and it's a thing that's consistently portrayed as a bad thing. Like that, it most media nowadays argues that humanity should remain like as individuals, that we shouldn't just all merge into one. It's a very common like archetypal type story. I love hating on Eva. All my homies hate Eva. What don't you hate, Arma? But yeah, anyway, now let's continue on to this video. In some of the more niche and controversial parts of the anime. Okay, I'm sorry. If you regularly hang out in some of the more niche and controversial parts of the anime community, you probably stumbled upon this meme at some point in time. Okay, I get I'm really like quiet in this video. Like I don't know if it's that way to you guys, but to me I god damn I'm really fucking quiet in this video. So if you guys want me to anyway, if you guys want me to like up the volume even more for this one, just tell me and I will. Also, what do you mean what is not niche? But anyway. Now, by itself, the meme is mostly harmless and, used correctly, can even be a useful tool to quickly identify and exclude power-hungry troublemakers who want nothing more than to annoy, disrupt, divide, and ultimately control the community. Ideally, we shouldn't have to gatekeep the fandom like this or in any other way, as letting new people in is not only necessary to keep a community growing and thriving, and thus surviving, but also due to the value that new, exciting, and okay, Arma, you already like came to the string swinging. Like, what do you mean the whole like anime tourist thing is like bad? Like, I'm going to I'd like you to elaborate on that point because like I really don't understand how calling someone a tourist is a bad thing. Like it is a word that can be used well. You know, obviously there are some people that abuse it and use it for people whom it definitely does not apply. But I do believe that the whole term tourist is not by itself bad. So I'd like a more detailed explanation if you don't mind. But anyway, continuing on. Different perspectives and ideas can add to the fandom, causing healthy discussion and, consequently, intellectual growth and creativity to sprout. Unfortunately, we do not live in an ideal world, as simply letting anyone into a fandom will inevitably cause bad actors to join. Actors who, despite only being there due to your welcoming attitude, will have no qualms about banning, mocking, and excluding you from a community you created, as shown by the comic book, MLP, and many other such fandoms, making gatekeeping a sad but necessary kill or be killed type of measure a fandom must employ if its integrants do not wish it to be ruined and twisted by the desires of outsiders who, often, have no interest in even truly participating in the hobby they worked so hard to destroy. However, as sadly shown by the fall of the anti-SJW community, it's important, when fighting against extremists, to be careful not to become an extremist yourself, as this twisted version of the previous meme illustrates more than perfectly. Now, you might defend this by asking, okay, but why are these additions a problem? Most of these troublemakers you just criticize are either allied with or actively involved with these groups, so why not ban people from them preemptively in order to avoid problems from happening in the first place? Because, dear viewer, this is a very simplistic, superficial, and frankly, genuinely bigoted way of looking at the world. It's no different from the extreme feminists who think every man is a rapist, or the anti-racists who believe every white person to be the devil. For example, without I I guess I used to be quite spicy. I'm definitely not that edgy today. Maybe no. Last time I tried to be edgy, which was in that fucking Monster Girl ranking video. My video got demonetized. I should continue with my clean and safe act or whatever. He invoked the inbran candy word. Inbran candy. I have zero fucking idea. What did I just hear? Anyway, it isn't bad, but most people who do so are nerds, especially when it gets thrown around. I wish I had more character space, so just know it's like the term poser in alt groups, if you get what I mean. Yeah, okay, so it seems like that we agree on this perception. So, essentially, it's a good term. It's a term that makes sense, but that is often misused. Yeah. The word about anti RA. I shall let it drop there. Okay, okay. Theology is way off, lol. I can't be a YouTuber. I realize I'm an edgelord. The internet said, the internet said, my god, you're literally the personification of that meme. Do you really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies? Come on, Jeronico, you should be better than this. Oh, hello, A Fisher. Welcome to the stream. You missed a whole entire video that we reacted to. But we still like are in the middle of reacting. Oh, we are watching some old videos of mine that got controversial, not only with outsiders but within my community, and we're kind of discussing like why, you know. Uh, so for example, we watched that video. I think you mentioned watching a bit ago, like why I dislike mindfuck anime, why I generally dislike mindfuck anime, and we're talking about like what we agreed with and disagreed with in regards to that kind of thing. Um. So yeah, we're going to finish watching this video, which is how to protect the anime community correctly, and then I'll be taking like viewer suggestions for videos to watch. That's why the dictionary is the dead of the donkeys, and the internet is continuing his legacy. Okay. Anyway, continuing on. Other female artists and writers recently joining nerd communities, as well as the studios that produce their interests, and ruining them with censorship and the inclusion of useless and violently divisive discussions, one might be led to believe that women as a whole cause nothing but problems and should thus all be excluded, completely forgetting all the female artists, cosplayers, content creators, or just fans that exist out there and are equally as pissed off at these changes in the nerd space, as well as all. What did I miss, guys? You missed everything. Welcome to the stream, random lads. We just finished reacting to like one of my videos, and now we're reacting to like another one. Then Young Away flew too close to the sun. Oh god. Honestly, I was expecting you were gonna be watching a video about bad anime takes. Again, we're watching first like these more divisive videos, and then we can go and watch that one. If you write the title here on YouTube, right? I'll take it as a like suggestion for what we can talk about, for what we can watch later on. But anyway, moving on. Me and OA agreeing. Tourist is the new poser. So I dislike the term and most anime fans. To be honest, I almost never liked this fandom, but still, if you're an anime fan and like the fandom, you are lying. I not even gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole. Like I'm not the young whippersnapper who would engage in controversy that like I used to be. So I'm staying far away from that take, Karma. Sorry. Other men who either support the genuinely awful woman making these changes or are responsible for them themselves. In the same vein, I don't even have to go out of my own, very small, slice of the community to find various POCs, women, trans people, furries, and even communists who love lollies and fan service just as much as I do. And even if they don't, there's a world of difference between a normie who calls every lolicon a child predator on sight and every ecchi fan a misogynist, and one that's like, you do you, just stay away from me please. Which, incidentally, is also why even the original version of this meme is a bit flawed. Of course, as said before, reality is not that simple. So it's not merely a matter of, oh, okay, so all we have to do is simply direct our gatekeeping only towards whoever is very clearly and deliberately trying to ruin the community. Easy. As it's also not uncommon for people who initially appear to harbor live and let live attitudes to reveal their true colors after being given any sort of power or validation. Look, I'm Arma. I was trying to be fair to like everyone. Okay, like you can have whatever political opinions you want. I don't give a shit. I was just trying to be fair to people, especially people who are generally like targeted in discussions like this. But again, have whatever opinion you want. I was just trying to be like fair. Don't gatekeep, just hate to full capacity. Not everyone can be you, Arma. Not everyone is born a certified hater. But yeah, I respect your attitude, Random Lad. Is what I've been trying to do as well. Or for people to pretend to have healthy disagreements, or even to fully agree with the community, only to go full, everything I dislike needs to disappear after some time in it. In the end, there's no simple, easy way to balance things. People will make mistakes, ban people who didn't deserve it, keep people who they shouldn't, nepotism will happen, groups will generalize and discriminate against one another, etc. And there's no shame in making these mistakes. Heck, I'm sure I've made plenty of them in my own videos. Lol, Lamau. This is literally a fucking video about that. I remember that one meme, love the noob, hate the tourist, but personally I prefer the term poser. It seems like you and Arma are like fatal enemies then. He hates the term poser. But the important thing is to be mature enough to acknowledge these mistakes as such and strive to both avoid and grow from them, as I firmly believe that to be the only way to prevent our communities from being ruined, while also not turning them into isolated, dying, bigoted echo chambers. Which is why this way of thinking, while understandable to some degree, is absolutely not a good one for the fandom. But what do you think about all this? Do you agree with my assessments? Or are there any flaws in my arguments you like to point out? As always, I'd absolutely love if you could elaborate all your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and please, if you enjoyed it, then I really appreciate if you could do all the normal YouTube things such as... Okay, the video is pretty much done here. So, like, yeah, what did you think? Like, what parts did you agree with? What parts did you disagree with? Which parts did you think I went a bit too far? Like, let's have a discussion here before we move on to like the next video. We all think things we don't like. We all think things we don't like shouldn't exist to some capacity. So I don't see them as annoying. Just more open about their self. True hate is more refined, however. I would prefer a terrorist more than a 4chaner, to be frank. Okay. Like, I I I think I can get your point of view, but I don't know. I don't. I really would prefer not to have tourists in the community. Personally, to be honest, you can't trust anyone. True. I've had my own experiences with that. 4chaners today are such posers. Yeah, true. I heard they hack people with their 4channeler accounts. Fucking hell. They were the real deal 10 to 15 years ago. But yeah, on the subject of not being able to trust anyone, like, tourists are not bad thing, just unrefined hate. Yeah, we're going to have to agree to disagree there. Welcome to the stream, Teto. You just missed everything. So welcome. Tourist is a specific personality type. 4chan is a whole website with many personalities in it. I'm going to gobble you up. And there are specific types of people who mainly inhabit particular websites. That's why there are terms like uh, and cliches like Tumblrite, 4chaner, Twitter user, like Instagram, like Instagram like people, Redditors, etc. So I can kind of understand what Arma means where when he refers to 4chaners, you know. Obviously, there are various different types of people on every website. Every one of these I mentioned, here, but there are certainly like cliches that are particular and more common on certain websites. Doesn't matter if it's factual. We must keep the agenda alive. You must really like One Piece as well, Arma. I'll just say that. Anyway, I don't even mind tourists so much as long as they aren't hostile, which is unfortunately common. Like you don't get it. There's a difference between a newcomer and a tourist. A tourist is the person who is hostile. You know, is the person that's just going to offend and to cause issues. You know, uh, a newcomer is someone who is just there and who just wants to learn more and appreciate the hobby or the fandom for what it is. A lot of tourists I met genuinely gave me good reasons, to be honest, but it's how they view fiction. So tourists are bad fate newbie trolls. Makes sense, essentially, yeah. But again, Arma, I'd like to some wish to mirror reality, others wish to escape. I see no issue. Again, like what do you mean by a lot of tourists gave you good reasons? Like what kind of good reasons? I'd be genuinely interested to hear about those. Honestly, it kind of fits how it's used in Armored Core 6. Great game, by the way. I recommend it. But yeah, while I wait for like people to kind of comment and say their opinions. What other videos would you like me to react to today? Like, not only tell me your opinions about the video, but tell me like what other videos do you want me to watch? Like right now. I'll be waiting a bit for your suggestions. To help you guys understand what we mean by tourists, think of Logan Paul instead of someone going to a new city and just taking photos. Exactly. Yeah. That is a good way. That's a perfect way to put it, genérico Jerônimo. Like, say lollipops in anime. I was talking to a friend about it, and it's just how they view friction. Their morality imprints into it naturally, therefore unable to enjoy it. That's a valid opinion. Same reason why many are not religious or reject philosophy. But here's the thing, Arma. Your friend is not a tourist. Like simply not enjoying something is not being a tourist. Like again, you are a tourist when you uh, specifically try to cause issues, when you try to cause like when you try to disrupt and like insult the whole community. You know, simply disliking something is not being a tourist. Like for example, I'm going to go the most egregious example possible so you guys understand. Um, let's say that someone really enjoys Blue Archive, but they by some like perversion of God, I guess, they're not a lolicon, right? or they are straight up a hater. They don't like lolly content at all. Are they a terrorist? No. If they just play the game and like interact with parts of the community that they like and like don't cause trouble, they're not a terrorist. You see what I mean? Oh no, he is. He's the best LARPer of anime because he generally hates almost every anime ever and almost all anime fans. Type of dude that would call you a predator if you watch Dragon Maid. Oh, so yes, he is a like tourist then. Because again, tourist is not simply a person who dislikes something, is a person who is there just to cause issues, essentially. So yes, he is definitely like a tourist. And like you can think whatever you want, but no, I don't think his opinion is valid. But anyway. Oh wait, what are the requirements for recommending you a video? None. Like I literally will accept anything that doesn't get me like in trouble with copyright. Like if it doesn't have any copyrighted music, I'm down for it. Anyway, I think anyone can enjoy the fiction that they want. Just don't impose those ideas to others. If you view art as political, don't judge those who view it as escapism entertainment. Exactly. Tato has a good, like, a good opinion on that, I think. I don't like insert trope character design. Like, is different from tourist. Exactly, yeah. How is his opinion valid if he thinks you're a predator for watching Kobayashi Dragon Maids? Yeah, I really don't get that. But anyway, but he's kind of right. But he is like kind of right. But my IRL morals and morals when watching fiction are different. He, however, isn't. It's that simple. Okay. Okay. Uh, I'm officially ending this discussion because if I don't, I'm going to. Ooh. I'm not going to engage in that discussion anymore. I'm this is not going to become that type of video. Anyway, I'm literally it's literally on normie websites as one of the best anime to watch with your family. Anyway, I understand then somewhat because Blue Archive isn't an oops all lollies cast. It's just that it has the most while having like a canny friendly fandom. Uh Then let's watch Sony's State of Play and try to guess how bad those games will be. Arma on his second villain arc. Okay, so Sony State of Play, right? Do you all agree? Do you all want me to watch that as well? I already like see that. I'm guessing like you mean State of Play 2026. Yeah, so we're going to watch the Jesus Christ, this is an hour long. Yeah, we're not going to be able to go through all of this if you like want this video. But I'll keep it like wait, I hate DMs because I hate DM because that ooh 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 wait, really I was just joking. Come on, man. Like fucking I have one. Themes I wish more stories explored. Okay, perfect. Is it by Wick Calloway or like by Lema Yama? What? Okay, okay. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Like which of these videos do you mean? I'm guessing like it's this one because it's the stories one. Okay. Lema Yama. Okay.
This is a completely original idea and in no way a rip of this video. Basically, a character being forgiving towards someone that has hurt them personally, like an abuser, and it being portrayed as a bad thing. Survivors are often angry, and that could be either approved of as empowering or frowned upon as vengeful. Or the survivor is forgiving, and that's portrayed as the good, virtuous, healthy way to deal with things that you should strive towards. For once, I'd like to see someone with endless patience and compassion towards their abuser, and it destroys them. Bonus points if it's not portrayed as them being a naive little dum-dum who doesn't understand that some people can't be fixed with love and patience. There are instances of the cheerful Pollyanna who sees the good in everyone being portrayed as wrong, but when it's something like resentment is swallowing poison and expecting the other person to die, so I must forgive for my own peace of mind, or being mad at them makes me no better than them, so I must forgive them to be the better person, I always see that portrayed as the wise, mature mindset, rather than repression or avoiding working out your own feelings about your trauma, or a rigid, short-sighted stance that certain feelings and actions are inherently wrong regardless of context or consequences. Like that yelling at your partner to scare them away so they'd leave you alone is just as bad as yelling at your partner to scare them into staying with you and doing whatever you say. Maybe it means I just read slop, but
Okay, so let's comment on this first one. I agree with this person, like with Lema Yama, in the sense that it would be interesting to see it being explored, like in general, alternative ways to like explore certain themes is always something I like encourage. It's something I'm for. So yeah, I do agree that portraying these types of characters like has been the wrong, because there are some situations where forgiveness, where being the bigger person, it's not what you should do. Like sometimes some people deserve violence, specifically those who cause violence first. Calm down, YouTube. But anyway, though I think that the reason that the whole theme of forgiveness being like the better option is because of how Christian most Western societies are. Because the whole thing of forgiveness, of being the bigger person, of like no matter what that person does, you still view them as a brother. That's a very Christian thing. Obviously, those values bleed into a lot of the stories, even like if you don't want to. And so that's, I think, why that theme is so prevalent. Yeah. Okay, let me just get caught up with comments real quick, and then we'll continue the video. There's a difference between personally disliking or not enjoying a certain thing and putting yourself on a moral high ground to why you don't like it and why everybody should dislike it too. Exactly. Teto Teto, like, put it in better words than I ever could. I love Shuon Heads, Hell World, and other news politics stuff, but she does, but I don't think it's fit for this channel. And, like, yeah, like overtly political stuff is like I know. I hate and love shows I watch based on how I wish to see it. Arma is a Sith Lord, only capable of thinking in absolutes. More high ground in these discussions is annoying, but to be fair, I never use morality when talking about things I like. Then let's just watch some trailers like DOA 7, the Netflix, the game. Okay, so we can get to those like after this video. We should strive to forgive, yes. We got a hope max. Forgiveness beats negativity. I agree. Being the bigger person is always the correct option. Heretical Christians, yes. But funnily enough, Christians on the other uh, are very against forgiveness. I don't know if I agree with you there, Generico. An awful lot of heretical Christians out there. Something tells me Jen doesn't know. I watched that video, it's good. I don't like this because I'm not into it. Goes against my personal morals, is different from don't like this because it's immoral and disgusting. And if you enjoy it, just as bad as a rapist. Well, yes, actually, there's a lot of heretics, we know. The cultural OS is surprisingly hard to install in some groups. Hmm. Some interesting insights. I didn't know that, honestly. But yeah, let's continue.
In my experience, everyone in fiction is hyper observant actually. Like, I get wanting wish fulfillment, but it just undercuts a lot of emotional weight when you take away the loneliness of being unseen. Characters are like dots, and the other person immediately picks up on something being wrong and asks, like, being like, are you okay? And when they're like, yeah, I'm fine, they're like, liar. You're thinking about your dead sister, aren't you? I can tell by that way your eyes are a millimeter off of eye contact, not to mention you're breathing 0.0001 milliseconds per hour quicker than usual. And they're always right. In real life, people who are quick to make assumptions like that, insisting they know your feelings better than you do, are wrong 99% of the time, and are super annoying at best, and manipulative or outright abusive at worst. Related to
Hmm. I don't view it that deeply. Like, yeah, it would be because that's a flaw that notice that I make in my own stories. Like, yeah, introducing like elements of how should I say it? Elements of misunderstanding, and not just the overt like anime misunderstanding. Uh, oh, we're like watching a video called Themes I Wish More Stories Explored by the Lema Yama. This is a REACTSLOP stream. But anyway, while I do agree that more subtle misunderstandings would be interesting, I don't view it as like a person being manipulative or anything like that. Like Lema said at the beginning, I think it's more a element of simple wish fulfillment. Because a lot of times we wish like social interactions were easier, that people could just pick up on the subtle hints in general and just understand each other. So I don't view it as deeply as they do. Is all I'm gonna say. But yes, in the point of this being something I like to see more, yes, I do agree.
the above, just like mind reading, found families is wish fulfillment. But the reality is, most of us aren't going to bump into strangers and come to care about them like family. Even casual friendships are a struggle to maintain. I want a story where someone wants to get together a found family, but they have trouble rounding people up and people just kind of disperse and do their own thing. Maybe it's because my main form of socialization in real life is university clubs, but from where I stand, the drop-off rates of social groups, as portrayed in fiction, is unrealistic as fuck. Or, like, someone wants a found family, but they're afraid of approaching the other characters consistently because they're afraid of harassing them or intruding on their life. Like,
Bochi the Rock.
if someone was super angsty and was like, leave me alone, why do you care? Every time I try to talk to them, I would probably just, like, leave them alone. Not because I think they're a jerk or anything, or that they don't deserve my friendship, but just for their own sake. Because I feel like I'm disrespecting their wishes if I keep trying to talk to them. And, like, even someone like me who isn't really... at least I don't think I come across as super defensive or trying to push people away. I still don't really get people trying to...
God fucking damn it, Arma. What don't you dislike? Jesus Christ, are you just a Bleach fan? Is that all you? Is that all you like? What the fuck isn't me mid to you? Holy fucking! Sorry, I had to pause there for that. Isn't that just being an introvert? This background noise is crazy, man. Yeah, they are definitely like recording outside, and like they didn't do any audio editing. So yeah, this is to some extent. Why do you have to be like that, Fisher? Did you have to agree with Arma on? Ooh, ooh. Uh, okay. It's a she. Okay. Uh, I understand, but like obviously she's probably not like dedicated to this channel. They probably do it as a hobby while doing other stuff. So I'm not saying that like they need to kind of get rid of this background noise. uh but like it can be a bit distracting, you know, like if they wanted to and were able to, it's best to like edit that out, you know. Anyway, let's continue on.
Adopt me. Like, people generally just leave me alone and not really try that hard to bring me into their fold or anything like that. Basically, what if you did the will they won't they thing that everyone's tired of in romance, except for found families? You've heard
Okay, as for this, that's such a horrible frame to like stop on. Let me.
of cartoonishly evil characters who
Okay, this is a more like this is a more dignified frame to leave her on. Okay. So in regards to the whole found family thing, like again, I don't like the whole realistic argument because yeah, the found family thing is wish fulfillment. Like, and she even acknowledges like that it is not most of these relationships that just drop off. That they just said that because they were she was in a cynical mood, right? Um but I think the main reason why that is not portrayed is simply because it would be unsatisfying, like emotionally unsatisfying, and it would be, how do I put this? Like it would waste the story's time. Like as a writer, especially today, you want to try to compress your story as much as possible. That's why generally we don't see what happens in like real romances, right? Where like the romance process is a lot more complicated. You meet someone and then things don't work out, and then you go and try to meet someone else, and then you like that person cheats on you, and then you go and try to do it with someone else, and things get like things progress like that. You have a lot of failed relationships until you find the person that's right for you. That's how most people who like are married today describe their romantical journeys. But portraying that in fiction, like it would waste a lot of time because some of these movies, for example, that focus on a singular romance, a singular relationship, can already feel like a drag sometimes. So it would make them even more of a drag, and it would just make them emotionally unsatisfying. Like you can make those types of ups and downs in relationships engaging. Mushoku Tensei is a good example of how to do that. But in general, I think it's just not a good idea. Again, it can be done well, but like when done poorly, it can really hurt your story. So in general, I'm going to have to disagree with like her on that. And there are way too many comments, and I don't feel like pausing again. So I'll just continue, and I'll address all of you later.
like kill orphans for no reason. But I don't see as many cartoonishly good characters that will like cut off their arm to feed an orphan. Like just a ridiculously good person. Not necessarily in the sense that they always end up being maximally helpful in practice, but they're selfless and they always choose to forgo anger, envy, resentment, etc. towards others. Not necessarily towards themselves, as they probably think it'll drive them to be more vigilant against failing others. I don't just mean the trope stupid good either. They're not necessarily doing this because they literally can't comprehend some people are committed to evil and can't be reasoned with. Like someone who's good to you even if you don't deserve it, and they know full well you don't deserve it. But like, they won't rub in your face about how much you don't deserve it, because that isn't being very good to you, actually. So related, they're also epistemically selfless in that they'll take the blame and bite their tongue when being painted in a bad light to make everyone else happy. And usually this kind of character who suppresses their own needs for the sake of others inevitably ends up snapping from resentment. But remember,
I'm sorry, she was talking and I like couldn't help but think of Shiro Emiya. Like she's essentially just describing Shiro Emiya, like at least at the beginning of the story. Like dude literally gives Shinji like so many fucking chances he doesn't deserve, I swear.
they're cartoonishly good. They will never believe that others have wronged them due to choices of their own making. Like, they might snap in the sense of having a mental breakdown from the stress of being ridiculously good all the time, but not in the sense of snapping at others, more like imploding and ceasing to function. They're not cynical. They think the world is great, actually, but they're still depressed. Maybe the world is better than they deserve, and their existence is a stain on such a beautiful place. They're probably the first person to say they have nothing to be depressed about. They cover things up with a smile, not out of fear of looking weak, but because they don't want to bring other people down or complain to a world that did nothing wrong. And these were inspired by the ones in this video, but
Yeah, I think like yeah, I'll just watch it to the end, but I think the main content is done. So I'll address like that last point of hers after we're done.
guess one more pops into mind. Not in
Okay,
a
no.
they're not aware of the issue kind of way.
So let's address the whole like character that is like depressed and blames themselves instead of the world. I'm sorry, but like I know this will sound pretentious as fuck, but that is just me, literally me. But in all seriousness, um, yeah, I do agree. This would be interesting to see, especially because when like we generally portray these characters, there are a lot of characters that are angry at the world. They don't view the world as a good thing. They are angry at it, and they like feel like they deserve better for it. It's a very entitled attitude. Like we see that a lot. Uh, so it would be a interesting change of pace to see a person that's more like depressed inwards, that they blame themselves instead of others or the world. Like they don't feel like they deserve the kindness that they've been given. That would be very interesting, yeah.
But in a I deserve it kind of way, or it's worth suffering crippling anxiety forever if it reduces my chances of abusing a child by even 0.001% kind of way. Or maybe they agree with fixing some aspects of their illness but not others. Like, maybe they or not aware of the issue kind of way, but in a I deserve it kind of way, or it's worth suffering crippling anxiety forever if it reduces my chances of abusing a child by even 0.
Wait, calm down. Characters with mental health issues who don't want to get better. Let's let her cook.
Not in a they're not aware of the issue kind of way, but in a I deserve it kind of way, or it's worth suffering crippling anxiety forever if it reduces my chances of abusing a child by even 0.001% kind of way. Or maybe they agree with fixing some aspects of their illness but not others. Like, people talk about self-love, but it still takes for granted that loving yourself is an important and worthwhile thing to do in the first place. I want to see a character who wouldn't think of themselves as having trouble loving themselves, because it implies that they're actually trying to, but rather they're ideologically committed to not loving themselves, or not doing some other thing considered mentally healthy.
Okay. Okay, you can stop watching now. I'm trying to get this video demonetized because YouTube has gone way too far with their fucking ads. Okay, thank you, but I'm not going to watch that. I want my video monetized because I'm that greedy a fucker. Anyway, what does she mean by this? Like probably being a hypersensitizer, like myself. I think what she means, and I may be wrong on this, but it's just a person that like they don't think of their mental illness or of every aspect of their mental illness as being necessarily bad, you know? Because there are people that like they don't view things that other people consider as like issues or like uh disabilities as something bad. They incorporate and consider it a part of themselves. For example, there's a whole community of deaf people, right? Who they don't mind. They don't think there's anything wrong with them. They don't want a cure. They are happy the way that they are, you know? And so, seeing more characters like this, like in her perspective, would be interesting. Um, and in general, I agree. Like, I don't think I would vibe too well with these types of characters, but again, I'm not the only person in the world. Like, other people deserve things for themselves as well. So I agree, like, ideologically about that. Outside of this, like, uh, no, they talked about, she talked about, like, the whole thing of, like, being inwardly depressed and then, like, uh, the whole mental issues thing. Okay. So I think we covered everything. And in general, I really liked this video. I didn't agree with everything, but I did agree with most of it, to be fair. And yeah, in general, I think it was a good recommendation. So while you guys recommend me more things, I'm going to like read the comments. For me, you forgive if you want, but you should not carry the weight of the pain of the past or other people's actions. Not forgiving doesn't mean being miserable. You can not forgive their actions and still live a peaceful life. I agree, yes. Any hate within my heart is hypocritical. I wouldn't call heretics the ones that go to church and every second of their life is spent watching. I wouldn't call heretics the ones that go to church and every second of their life is spent watching church stuff. No, what do you even mean by this? I don't. Anyway, isn't that just being an introvert? Yeah, essentially, I think she wants on that aspect more genuine introvertiveness, like genuinely introverted people to be portrayed more. Yeah. Okay. Bochi the mid. You're mid. Fuck you. I like Higurashi and Umineko as well. Arma, list 5 things you like. Fate, Bleach, and Tensura. I like life, humanity, nature, Christ, and desert. You know damn well what Teto meant, you fucker. Bochi is just under peak. Okay, so it's not. It was not Evil Bookman. Okay, Evil Bookman. Like likes. No, wait, bro. Did I say it was mid? Yes, you literally said Bochi the mid. Like you're not fooling anyone. You're not gaslighting me, bro. Arma is like Francis from like Left 4 Dead. Fish is Arma's side account. I love too many things. Bochi is just mid. I hate stairs. I hate helicopters. I hate. Uh, I just think Kaon is better. Arma, do you think Kaon clears Bochi? Bro, can you already use Force Lightning? Yeah, the power of that hatred, like. I'm surprised. I will be surprised if you can't. Like, I'll be surprised if you aren't already a Sith Lord with all the hate flowing through you. Like, genuinely, I hate Kaon too and Lucky Star. Okay. Now I'm done. Like Arma, like jokes, quote unquote, about hunting me down. No, I'm going to hunt him down for that. Like a fucking, I swear, Kaon, Lucky Star. Nah, you gotta die. You gotta die. I'm joking, just in case like anyone doesn't get the message. This is a joke, okay? I don't mean it. Mob. I also hate Fire Force. Friendships do generally happen like that, lol. One random dude, and now this dude is the only friend I think I've ever been calm enough to talk about my feelings to. It'd be random people. Nah, you all can say I'm on Armor's side. Even I don't hate this much, lol. I just hate bad shows. Anything can be wish fulfillment if you're pathetic enough. Do you really have to put it like that, generico? I mean, you're not wrong, but damn, dude, you don't need to be this depressing. Mob Psycho sucks, DDLC sucks, OPM sucks. Mushoku Tensei is pretty good, ReZero sucks though. Even my own favorite anime sucks. Damn, he really is a Sith Lord. Like, there's way too much hatred flowing through Arma. Arma is the parent you can never satisfy, true and real. I can't even have kids, funny enough. My genetics are so horrible I gotta delete myself from the gene pool. Arma, even your favorite anime sucks. What doesn't suck, Arma? Yeah, that's why I love Shiro. Like, best MC ever. I wouldn't go that far, but he's certainly one of my favorites. Arma, Bleach sucks, not gonna lie, rage baiting. So like the OG shonen protagonists. Uh, he's describing my goat again. This is why she was so amazing. Well, love hope. Okay. Does this person watch anime? Because if they just watch Western media, they are used to every character being selfish and incapable of prioritizing other people or the world. I don't know. That's a channel I like. That was the first video I've watched from that channel. So I have to see, but I don't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But I don't know. Sorry, I'm getting off track. But anyway, this whole thing is why I love shonen MCs. Ah, fucking hell. Sakura Mato. Okay, deaf people will change their minds really fast if I make them listen to my playlist. Dude's certainly very confident there. I understand what she meant. There are like depressed people who really don't want to change for accepting their fate as a lost cause, and that's very common IRL. Character that just accepts that they're ill and just lives with the misery instead of fixing it, like a nihilist kind of character. That's another way to like portray that, and it would be very interesting too. You can still be heretical, whoever said something about church. Okay. Plus, understood that she doesn't necessarily agree with these characters' lifestyles, but getting most people out the comfort zone is something that people are afraid to do. Yes, because money. But anyway, I was talking with Arma about heretics and Christians and how they can be vingative and all that. Okay. Okay, I get your argument now. My favorite great grandma is deeply heretical. Okay, kindness doesn't matter. 30-year-old man threatens 16-year-old boy due to his opinions. Trolling. Oi, I'm not 30 yet. Fuck off. I'm not 30. I'm not. Arma, you're overusing your limited edginess stack. Save some edginess for later. Not even an edgelord. To be honest, I only like 10 games. Half the manga I read, I do ironically. Arma, are we sure about that? JK. Arma, you're above an edgelord. I grant you the title. Not touching that yet. Fuck off, official. Fuck off. I'm legally a grown man in almost every country. Lock in, bro. Correct. No. He's actually underage. I'm not making that joke. Nah, no, I'm not falling for that. Like, you're not getting me that easy, FBI agent. Also, something that just kind of dropped out my mind. Not that type of dude. Can you really hunt for found family? Stage 1, denial. Not 30 yet. Anyway. What do you mean by that, evil bookman? Like... Can we change your screen to Enfield instead of Nikkei? You know what? Just because I'm feeling now generous today. Fine. Here, you happy? Okay. He is really? Then that explains a lot. Oi. Arma's physiology makeup is entirely rage bait cells. Found family are typically brought together by rough circumstances and good fortune. Hmm. Yeah, in that sense, like you couldn't really like hunt for a found family because that's kind of a thing that occurs naturally. It occurs kind of an accident. So yeah, I can see your point there. You know why? Why do I try to be a nice person? Fuck you, official. Why do I try? Anyway, now that all is good with the world again, which videos do you also want me to react to? Uh, do you uh like are there any other videos you would be interested in like me watching and giving my opinion on? I'm going to like give you guys a moment to think about it. Doves. That's not what the fuck. Oh, wait. I actually got a video while you guys choose some stuff there. Like someone asked me to react to the new Dead or Alive 7 trailer. Dead or Alive 7 trailer. Yeah. Then let's watch the Castlevania. I wanna hate on it. You mean the like Netflix series? Like I don't think I can do that. I think that's probably like very copyright protected. Like I don't think I can react to that. We already hated on Madoka enough, Arma. But anyway, like I don't think we can watch the actual Castlevania. Oh, the new Castlevania game trailer. Okay. So let me just get uh these prepared. No, new game that looks like the Netflix series. Okay. New Castlevania game. Okay. There is no we. Okay. Okay. So let's watch the new Castlevania uh like trailer. Let's see if it's as bad as like Generico is making it out to be.
In the name of His Most Royal Majesty, by the grace of God, the King of France.
Okay. I will leave my judgment to when we see the actual, like, more close-up style.
So now, we appeal to you, Trevor Belmont.
Wait, what?
Last of House Belmont.
No, fuck off. How is that Trevor Belmont? No, fuck the hell off. What the fuck? Trevor? Like, who is this fanboy looking motherfucker? No. That's not Trevor Belmont. No, you can fuck off with that. Fuck. Ooh. Okay. So the gameplay looks good. I really like at least like in-game graphics. I really think the effects and the combat from what they showcased and the mechanics, it really feels like a return to form for Castlevania, but that cannot be Trevor Belmont's design. No, 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 no. Like, I think that's Sophia, or was it Sonia? If it is like either one of these characters, then that's fine. But if that's fucking Trevor Belmont, like, no, I'm done. Like, I take back everything nice I said about it. No, 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 no. Like, Trevor Belmont is not this fanboy looking motherfucker. No, 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 no. Okay, the site said the old dude is Trevor and the fanboy is his dog. Oh, okay, okay. So, fair, fair. Okay, now I'm okay with this. So yeah, I can understand the complaints, but to me it seems like a good game actually. I really am going to allow myself with this one to have hope, even though I know that it is stupid to do so. But anyway, I'm trying to find the Dead or Alive like 7 trailer, but like where the fuck is it? Dead or Alive 6 last round. Ah, okay, okay.
無限転身の名にかけて
Looks good so far.
だけど 参ります
I love that they're focusing on the female characters specifically and the female characters from like Ninja Gaiden specifically. Like it's very interesting like detail to notice. God, Ryu Hayabusa was so cool. Yeah. Again, like, I have no hopes for this. Like, the trailer looks cool, but I just know they're going to fuck this up somehow. So, yeah, look at this shit. Only available digitally. There's a free-to-play version with some core fighters. Nah, they're going to fuck this up. Like, there's a fake trailer designed to like produce artificial hype. I knew it. But anyway. Regardless, I am not going to click on any links, like generico. Like, if you post any links and they somehow go through, I'm not going to click them. If you want me to watch a video, then say the name of the video. But anyway, I'll get caught up with some comments, and then, like, I'm going to take some of your other video recommendations. Okay. Wanna hate on it? Probably anti-lolicons. Let's actually see their philosophy. Again, I'm going to need something more like specific there. I can't just research like anti-lolicon on the YouTube page, you know. Okay, Madoka hate, I'm at home. Nope, the new game that looks like the Netflix series. There is no we. Arma, why do Moe girls frighten you so much? Call me a hater, but I can understand some of the anti-lolicon stuff that people are saying. Call me a jaded asshole, but at this point, I'm tired of giving people the benefit of the doubt. Like, I know what I said in the like video about trying to look at people as like a very diverse group of people, try to look at like the good and the bad of everyone, but like I'm so fucking done at this point. Like if someone legitimately classifies themselves as an anti-lolicon, I hate them. Like I'm really done, you know? So I respect your opinion, but like I hope you understand like mine. I find Moyo girl very cute, I just dislike their story. I refuse to be a LARPer, so I must hate. Not bad, just looks too much like Netflix Vania. You mean lolicons as a community or fandom? Because if that's the case, then yeah, some lolicons can be insufferable, just like any other community. That's normal and expect from any community, to be honest. And yeah, I can agree with Teto there. At least, like there are insufferable people in every community, and I've certainly seen my fair share of insufferable like lolicons. Yeah. Does anyone know the pain of seeing their favorite YouTuber getting banned? Pretty much anyone who like watches, like used to watch Akun, will know. That isn't Trevor. No way. I think that's Sophia or Sonia. Lolicons sometimes get a bit too comfortable. Like I barely tolerate you, son. You're pushing die limits. Like, I'm going to bite it and like ask, like, what do you mean, like getting a bit too comfortable? Like, what did I do? But anyway, the site said the old dude is Trevor. Okay, yeah, that's literally Sonia's hairstyle. Trevor for the PS1 be like, Arma, can we actually know what that you think? Without Arma, we can actually know what you think without you having to say it at this point. Okay. Here it's called DOA New Project. Arma, what do you mean by pushing limits? Teto, not the community, but the Visa MasterCard thing. I understand that Visa and MasterCard should not stop payments whatsoever for whoever wants to use their services, unless it's something actually like illegal. But I do understand that being a partner for a site like Pixiv can be problematic. Uh, Again, I like some elaborations on that, but that is an interesting point you bring up. But anyway, blah 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 blah, whatever. Well, I've hated enough. To be frank, I don't play fighting games. Okay. Whoa, Mary Rose, it looks good. I hope they don't fuck this up. They will. They will. Don't you worry about that. Sometimes they joke a bit too hard. By the way, Mary Rose, whoa! Sometimes they joke a bit too hard, says the fucking actual like edgelord, I swear. Anyway, okay, then just search Dead or Alive new project teaser trailer. So this was not what you wanted me to watch? Like, okay, so let's see. Dead or Alive new project. Okay. Oh, okay, okay. Let's see this. Hate is a strong word, son. Arma, be more specific. I can't understand what you mean like that. I'm assuming you're talking about jokes that get too explicit to the point they're talking about real life stuff. Yes, I'm no edgelord compared to those guys. I have to see some actual examples of that. But because I never seen like lolicons actually involve real life stuff into like their jokes. So again, I don't necessarily disagree with you. Like, I do think that this is inappropriate, yes, but I have to like see some examples of what you mean. It's not problematic for Visa or MasterCard because they make the problems. They're far too powerful to be affected by anyone else. That's a good point, yeah. But for now, let's see the new project. Not actual gameplay. Like, it's already. Oh god. Notice how they stopped on the boobs. They don't even show her face. Like her face is not important. We have better things to focus on. But yeah, this is what people like me like to call a fake trailer. This is fucking nothing. Like this doesn't tell me anything about the actual new project, the gameplay, like the other trailers did. Doesn't tell me anything about the story, like besides the fact that it's going to include like uh Ninja Gaiden characters. This is just the most like a blatant kind of psyop to generate hype out of nothing. Like I hate trailers like these. And it's sad because this is actually like well done. I like the graphics, I like the fighting scene, but the fact that this is the new like oh teaser, wow, like I just hate this shit. But I get that DOA fans are very excited to have something new after all this time, and so I do understand. But anyway, it's a long story. Maybe I'll tell it one day. Okay, fair. Boobs, but it's covered. Wait, it is? How? Like I can literally see the boobs there. Like come on. What do you mean covered? But yeah, with that, like, is there anything else you'd like me to like react to, or do you have no more ideas? Because if you don't, um, then I'll just showcase the thing in Nikkei that I was talking about, and then we're going to finish stream. So I'll wait for like a minute, like for the ahs. Oh, the oh, okay, okay. Okay. Yeah, but I think that that was the case too with her original outfit. So it's not it's not that much different. But yeah, it would have been better if that wasn't the case. Okay. But yeah, I'm going to wait for like a minute for you guys to recommend other videos, and if not, like I said, I'm just going to showcase you the Nikkei stuff, and we're going to end stream. Long story short, found a cool group, made some lolicon jokes, began getting more and more intense, and well, we stopped talking about lollies and yeah, I've seen that spiral out of control. Like some people take these jokes way too far, and like yeah, I can totally understand that. Okay, that I can understand, and like I agree, this is too far. Done by an old med called Automatic Luigi Gong, wherein the old Lunar Magic users would make Super Mario World levels that played themselves to make a song. Like, is this a video that exists, or like, is this one that you want to be made? And like Mads, I don't think I can watch those. Like, I think they have too much copyrighted material for that. That's a Discord group too. Anyway. Yes, it exists. Okay. But in general, I don't think I can watch like mad stuff because like they generally have copyrighted material. Yeah. By too far, I mean we go from fiction to finding some dudes who are genuine preds. Again, yeah, I do understand that. I'm having a nostalgia moment. Damn. But yeah, I don't think anyone has any new like video recommendations, so I'll just boot up Nikkei and I'm going to showcase something to you guys before we finish stream. Uh, but if you're wondering, it's nothing like really too like uh it's not thing really too extensive that I want to show you guys. It's just like some dumb shit I found and that I wanted to comment on, you know? I would call them fake lolicons. Fair, yeah. Oh wait, make a sandwich and eat it on string. My dude, I literally can't. Like, I physically can't. Like, do you know how distant I am from the kitchen? They'll probably want to use lollies as a cover up. Yeah, actually, this is something that I've seen, like, not a lot, but unfortunately, some people do that, yes. Where, what the fuck? Oh, I forgot to. God damn it. It's whatever. Anyway. Wait, what is capturing it? Okay, okay. Perfect. But yeah, there are a couple of people that use lolicon to try to shield themselves from the like people who would rightfully criticize them for being actual predators. Like there have been a few unfortunate accounts I've seen of people who employ this strategy. That's why, for example, the lolly tag was banned on Twitter and on like YouTube. It's not because there are like anti-lolly sites or anything like that. It's just because people, like actual predators, were misusing it, so it needed to be banned. But anyway, I see it on every social I've been on. Okay, okay. Oh wait, Marvel. Tokon turned the Danger Room from the X-Men into a robo waifu. If you wanna watch the trailer, like the Danger Room from the X-Men into a robo waifu. Now it's a bit too late, unfortunately, but like I'll definitely watch that after stream. Wolf in sheep clothing lolicons, yeah. Basically, there's genuine preds in every large group of humans. It sucks, but it's wrong to use guilt by association. Yeah, I just agree with Sun there. But yeah, I say lolicons because the jokes are naturally edgy, so you can get close to the sun without burning. Remember some dude was like SAI stuff and went to police to arrest him. He tried to claim some people. I can't even say it on stream, man. Like I genuinely fucking can't. Like I can't tackle what you said on stream because I legit just wish the worst for those kinds of people. But anyway, I wonder what the underlying impetus for Preds even is. Not even worth thinking about. Yeah, I don't want to think about it personally. Okay, it was just a ad delay again. Damn it, YouTube is putting too many ads. And you know what's the like awful thing about it? I was worried about like they're having too many ads, so I purposefully when I enabled ads on the streams, I use the like option to give as little ads as possible, and it's still too many. Uh, Arma, yes, I think everybody agrees with that, but I'm sure that the base lolicon community don't claim actual predators as lolicons. Again, as a lolicon, you can only like fiction. Yeah, again, you are all just correct on this. I knew a dude, we joke very edgy about dark topics, and I realized he slowly began to layer on the fact that he genuinely has done terrible stuff. Yeah, unfortunately, some people the problem with banning the word that pedos use is to send stuff is they will use another word. Yeah, like I can understand their side of it, but yeah, you are right, efficient in that this is a very inelegant and very flawed solution. But yeah, we've been talking about a lot of very like depressing stuff. Let's get to Nikkei.
Goddess of Victory, Nikkei.
So what I wanted to showcase is, let it just load here. Okay, let me showcase this to you guys. To the Nikkeipedia. You guys are talking about like a lot of very serious stuff, and while I do understand, like kind of makes it hard to just showcase the silly shit I wanted to showcase. Volume is extremely loud. Oh, sorry. 1 sec. Sorry, should be better. Should be better now. Alice, where's Alice? Where's Alice? Calm down, dude. We're getting to her. Okay. I also heard that banning the word is making police work hard to catch them. That is also another good argument against it, honestly. So yeah, you're making a lot of great points there, A. Fisher. Might be a hot take, but I don't even like using the term community for groups of people online whose only real connection is liking the same thing. It falsely implies collective responsibility. I don't think it goes that far, but I can see your points. All started with Madoka Loli jokes, ended with the fact that he genuinely... Nikkei is an even more depressing topic. At this point, I'm just done with your bullshit, Fisher. Like, legitimately done. It's like being an anime degenerate. Glazing a fictional woman's boobs and sexualizing her does not mean that you would assault a real woman. Okay. But what Arma's saying is that, like, obviously that he understands that it's not the whole community, but, like, there are some people within it that he's afraid of. And given his experiences, I do understand. Loud. And those who do that are not claimed as a silly anime degen in the community, but just as straight up creeps. That's true. About community matter, true. If you're going to show the blue Lycoris girl weird skirt, no. It's if Katsuragi for Serankagura were a real girl, she'd be in prison, and rightfully so. But yeah, no, that's not what I wanted to showcase. Like, I think I found the real reason, like, why most Nikkei fans don't like this collab. Because Nikkei obviously is the, like, jiggly-ass anime game, right? And so obviously the people who like Nikkei are gonna like characters with, like, big behinds. And why is this relevant? Why am I even talking about all this? Well, this is a alternate costume that is more fan servicey, obviously, to like sell more the character to the usual fans of Nikkei. So this is a very revealing outfit and the most revealing one they have. So the one where you can better see the S, right? Now look at this. No S. Like, even Shizato, who is the taker of the two, literally has nothing. There's literally nothing going on there. So there you have it, guys. Like, now we know why Nikkei fans hate this collab so much. Like, not enough S, like, bad collab out of 10. And Chisato at least is a little bit thick. Like, Takina is even worse. Like, let me show you guys this. Like, how can you have less sad? Look at this. Look at this sad shit. There's nothing there. There's no S. No S in the S game. So yeah, I think this is why Nikkei players dislike the collab. But like, I know that you're joking, Evil Bookman, but they really like struggle like with that sometimes, because for example in the Ava collab, the Nikkei people actually wanted to make the Ava designs like a lot more fan servicey, right? But the rights holders themselves, they said no, hold off on that. Like, there's a limit to what you can do. And I'm guessing that Lycoris Recoil, like, rights holders imposed similar restrictions. Because Lycoris Recoil itself is not really a fan servicey anime. These costumes are in the anime, but as you can see, even then they are not like too fan servicey. Like, those are very modest bikinis, you know. So yeah, there's probably it's not that they are afraid to make her hotter, is that like they legitimately can't, unfortunately. Do the Resident Evil girls have anything? Wait, we can check this out right now. I heard the genuine happiness in OA's voice slowly drain as he read that. Yeah, it really did. It's a subject I don't like to talk about, but that's important to talk about. But yeah, let's see that. Okay, let's go with the costume that shows off the most S. which is ironically enough her original one. She does give quite a bit more than Shizato, I'll say that. Like, this is at least not sad, you know, there's at least something there. So, we can see the other, like, Resident Evil girls, but for now I will address some comments. You can tell it does because people say things like XXX community did this, the XXX community has that, implying that as a member of that community you're somehow responsible or implicated. Yeah, fair. You know what? You convinced me. Yeah, fair. It's just all in her thighs. I don't even think so. Her thighs are, even they are kind of like skinny, you know? Their butt doesn't jiggle. It's all covered up, just as bad as the Chainsaw Man collab. Like I said, Lycori should have collab with, like, Reverse 99 and Nikkei with Atomic Heart. I'm starting to see and agree with, like, that argument, Generico. Oh wait, would you prefer BA collab with Nikkei? That would be a dream come true, honestly. Like, I really, as much as people meme about it, I really think that the games would benefit a lot from a mutual collab, you know? Because I see a lot of people who like Nikkei, who also like BA, and a lot of people from the BA side also like Nikkei. There's a lot more overlap between those communities than people like seem to think. And I genuinely think that a collab, like, no jokes, no giggles, I genuinely think that a collab between Nikkei and BA would be, like, fantastic. See ya guys, might be back later if stream's still going. No, I'm kinda ending it for now, honestly. Son, true, so true, you actually convinced me. I say community because more convenient, but what you said is absolute facts. Yeah, I agree. If you want to call yourselves a community, then take responsibility for the shit your people do. If you can't even do that, you're not a real community in my opinion. Again, very fair as well. But yeah, there's like more silly shit is like all I wanted to showcase. So, since someone asked, I think I'll just showcase, I guess, some of the like other like Resident Evil girls, and then we'll end stream. Okay. Okay, we gotta test out this outfit. Okay, now that's an ass right there. Like, they would never add Leon simply because he's a male character. They don't add male characters to Nikkei. Amazing. Anyway, let's see if the other costumes are just as good. Nah. There's some sad bullshit. Okay, now Claire. Obviously Claire is the, like, welfare character, so she's not gonna have any costumes. I'm surprised that... No, I shouldn't be surprised about the grenade launcher. It's a very iconic weapon now that I think about it. God damn, now that's an ass. Like, even through the pants, holy shit. Now that's an ass. What is this string about, sir? Nothing. You came in right at the end. Like, I'm about to end string. Just give him a big ass and he'll fit right in. PGA, pay to get ass. Pretty much, yeah. That's what Nikkei is all about. Pay to get ass. But yeah. For now, thank you all for participating in my very first, like, REACTSLOP stream. I really don't know if we'll have more of those, but I gotta say, this was a more pleasant experience than I was expecting. So I'd be down to make, like, more of these in the future. Obviously not too many of them, because, like, let's be real, this is definitely a type of stream I shouldn't do very often, but it was still, like, more fun than I expected. Okay. So yeah, for now, bye.